Hello guys, welcome back to today's video. Today we are going through Act 8.1.3. These are the nodes Pumping Iron, a good defense, precision parry, and parry vulnerability. So, we're going to be going with the Mr. Sinister boss because, in my opinion, this is probably the easiest fight out there. This is quite a long path, does take quite a while, and I do suggest some strong counters to this, although it's probably the easier of the two. The other one would be the path right next to it. That's with where the defender is constantly unblockable, which can be a real pain in the ass, and I really couldn't be bothered to play that, so I went with this one instead. So good counters for this path are, well, we'll go through the nodes and then it will make the counters a lot easier to understand. So they've got precision parry, so the defender is immune to stuns, although when you have one or more precision buffs and you perform a well-timed block, they can apply passive stun for 0.5 seconds for every parry that you have, so 5 parries, 2.5 seconds. This is good. Champs for this are champs who get a lot of precisions as well, so you've got Black Widow Deadly Origin gets quite a few precisions off the top of my head. I can't actually think of anyone else. That maybe Black Panther Classic, but I'm not 100% sure. They've also got parry vulnerabilities. Each time the attacker lands a successful parry, you gain a Fury buff, increasing your attack rating by 75%, so that's really, really nice. You also gain 200% attack rating if they're stunned by the parry. Pumping Iron, this one's a little bit more annoying, so the defender takes 60% less damage while the attacker has no buff, so you want champs with lots of buffs. Gore, Hulkling, Gallon, Nova, Hyperion with all those Furies, Venom Pool, Angela, Venom. And for each buff, it's decreased by 20% until it reaches 0, so 5 buffs means they take 100%. 3 buffs and you're at full damage, so that works really well with champs with a lot of buffs. And then finally, good defense. The attackers well-timed blocks place a random debuff from weakness, and then each time you get dexterity, you get a random buff from Fury, armor up, power gain, or precision. So those precisions are really what you want to try and build up with a lot of parries. This can be nice. You've also got the regular dex parry, so that always gives you about a stun of a second to throw heavy attacks or special attacks, whatever you need to do. So like I said, champs with this for this are suggested counters are Gambits on this path and Storm Pyramid X is on this path, so there's 2 mutants and maybe a tech champ. I bought Ultron here especially for Pyramid X because of his sort of regeneration on energy attacks, and then for Gambit he was just easiest to take him out. There's also Civil Warrior, Ultron Prime or Ultron Classic, not sure which one, not the one that I'm using now, the other one, and Warlock. So you really do need a specific counter for Warlock because he is a real pain with all the degeneration. And then Civil Warrior can be taken out with Gallon or Hulkling really nicely. So Gambit's a relatively easy fight. That Ultron's a relatively easy fight. Just remember about his evades, because they can be really, really annoying if you are not careful. And then the 3 hardest fights are the latter side of this path. That's Warlock, Kingpin, and Storm Pyramid X. Keep Storm Pyramid X to the special 1. It will do a lot less damage. Warlock, try and get to his SP2 so you can you don't get hit by the shock and then start dexing, or bring in a robot. I actually just used Warlock to fight Warlock. It was the easiest way. Because he doesn't regenerate from willpower and he doesn't have regeneration in his base kit, so you never really get that degeneration on you. And then for Kingpin, it's just about keeping him to his SP1 constantly, maybe having somebody who has slow, but then he'll just shrug it off, so really you just want to keep him to that SP1 and not try and interrupt his heavy attacks. So that's basically the path. Those are the hardest fights, the Warlock, the Kingpin, the Storm Pyramid X, and then you will get to the Mr. Sinister boss with Arc Overload, Technical Suppression, Vigorous Assault, Tech Ascendancy, and Return Policy. We'll go through those closer to the time. Good champs for this would be like Warlock, Guillotine 2099, Tech Doom or Infamous Iron Doom, or Iron Man, sorry, Cap Sam, or Guardian. So that fight is also a relatively easy one if you don't go too wrong. And then other good counters for this path are mutant champs with lots of buffs, just because any champ with a lot of buffs really works for this, or champs with a lot of precision. So that's basically the path. I will see you guys at the Mr. Sinister fight. If you've got any questions, do leave them in the comments down below and I will answer those. And see you in the Mr. Sinister fight. Hello guys, so we're back at the Vista Sinister fight. Good counters for this fight, as I said, are Omega Sentinel, Warlock, Guillotine 29. Just want to block his healing. Whenever attack, he has technical suppression, which is whenever attacker activates special attack, he has 100% chance to, or you have 100% chance to deal a heal block. If the defender was already heal blocked, then you gain a Fury. So really this is either about chucking lots of SP1s or having a heal block already on them, and then chucking another one, you gain those Furies. Vigorous Assault, so whenever he does have a regen buff, he also becomes unblockable and gains 65% attack rating, so you want to try and stop him from regenning. He has Tech Ascendancy, so Tech champs receive 40% on their base attack, mutants receive -40, and then Cosmic also get +20 just because of their adjacency on the Cosmic, on the class wheel. That's the one that I was trying to get to. And then finally, there's Return Policy in there as well. Not actually, not too tricky, that one. It's just about trying to limit his, or just making sure that you don't nullify, taking in champs with nullify, because then he will gain 100% of his bar of power, and also armor breaks count as nullifies. So try not to bring in champs who armor break him, just because when that arc overloads on and gives him that armor up and the regen, you've got to try and stop that almost immediately. So I started here just taking in Professor X just to see how he worked. I wasn't too fussed about trying to get him done with that. Obviously the main goal here was Warlock. It did use me a couple of revives. I did go wrong, but you know, it's Mr. Sinister. He's not actually too difficult to fight. You've just got to get used to the way, keep him to his SP1, easy to dex, block his healing constantly, otherwise he will heal an absolute ton from the arc overload, and just basically watch out for that arc overload, because even if you've got Warlock on him, he'll still go unblockable. So it's just all about making sure that, you know, even when as you see here, even when he's infected, he still goes unblockable. So really, champs for this best counters are like champs with a heal block on them, Guillotine 2899, Omega Sentinel, Cap Sam. They're really the ones you want to take in, because that also blocks his unblockable effect and will give you the Fury if you need it. So as I said, they're sort of the best champs to bring in. Warlock wasn't bad. He was just sort of, I do have a 6-star Guillotine 2999, but not ranked up. And I just thought, well, I'll bring in Warlock or I'll bring in Ultron. So there was the two I went with. Maybe, like I said, a heal block champ would be better, because then you also can get that Fury and do more damage to him. But other than that, it's just about keeping up your special attacks to heal block him, and bringing in basically as many tech champs as you can. Maybe try and bring 2 into the thing. Bring in a Gallon, bring in a Gore, bring in a Hulkling, and it should be much, much easier throughout the path. So therefore, it makes you get to the boss quicker. It means you can bring in tech champs, and should make it a lot easier. That's basically it for this video. I hope it helped you out. If it did, please leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next video of 8.1.4. Have a great day, and hope you're smashing this. See you guys later. Goodbye.